Welcome back, everybody. Matt and I'm back here. So I saw the Jurassic World Dominion last week. Sorry I haven't gotten a review up yet. I didn't see it till Sunday. Worked throughout up until today. Packing for a wedding this weekend. So I've been a little, busy. But I saw the new Jurassic World movie. Once again, I'm a fan of this franchise. I saw every Jurassic World movie in the theater opening weekend. Even the first one, I was only 3.5 years old. Little shit. Smaller than this table. Saw it that summer of 1993. Saw The Lost World the weekend it came out. Saw Jurassic Park 3 in 2001. Saw Jurassic World in 2015 twice. Saw Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. And I'm actually a fan of the actual Jurassic World movies. The first one I think is the second best Jurassic Park movie in the entire franchise. And I am one of those people that actually like the last one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I think the opening scene is the best opening in the Jurassic World movie. The cinematography is the best looking Jurassic World movie in the franchise. I like what happened in the second act in the movie. Give it this haunted haunted house. Actually more reminded of the architecture and the cinematography, like a gothic look to it. It reminded me of like a castle with a princess, locked away in a castle with a dragon. But this dragon ended up being a velociraptor. I really liked it. Great cinematography. A lot more use of animatronics in that one. And overall, is it perfect? No, and the way that movie set up the ending for a third Jurassic World was perfect. Hence the title, Jurassic World. So going into Jurassic World 3 or Jurassic World Dominion, I was hyped. I was ready. Let's do this. You have the easiest foundation for a third movie. Dinosaurs taking over the world. They were let out by the end of the last one. Some people got them on the black market. You knew eventually it was going to become dinosaur heaven all over the world. But maybe me, maybe you, maybe a lot of people went into Jurassic World Dominion thinking that's what we were going to get. But for some reason, we did not. The marketing showed dinosaurs all over the world. The little prologue we got last year looked fun. The short film we got in 2018 looked really good. All showing dinosaurs in our world. As Ned would say, no, you didn't say the magic word. You didn't say the magic word. So, let's get into it. Bryce Dallas Howard. I have said this throughout this entire series. Bryce Dallas Howard is the main character that gets the arc in all the previous Jurassic World movies. I really like her character. I like how she keeps growing throughout the series. And once again here, she kind of becomes that motherly figure to the little girl Maisie. And even though in my mind where they could have gone with Jurassic World 3, which I'm going to get into in another video, we still got Bryce Dallas Howard doing the action, having an emotional connection to the little girl, her chemistry with Chris Pratt. I like their romance this time is actually fully evolved and realized, like they were like a married couple. Overall, I like Bryce Dallas Howard. Once again, the little girl, Isabel Sermon, who played Maisie in the last movie. She gets more to do in this movie, and she really does a great job. I like her interaction with not only obviously Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, but she gets to interact with Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum. Our scene with dinosaurs is great. On the right, hasn't been in anything since Fallen Kingdom, but hopefully now, after Jurassic World 3, she'll get more projects in the future. One of the new characters played by the Wanda wife. I thought she was the only fully fleshed out character in this movie. Now I'm not saying, and he has a little bit of an arc, a little bit. But she was really good. She's a ex-military pilot, and she has some great moments with Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, and some of the older trio. The action. This is one of those weird movies where there are dinosaurs throughout the movie. Lots of them. But in terms of actual action, there's not that many, memorable set pieces. The one from the trailer in Malta with the Velociraptors running after Chris Pratt on the motorcycle, that whole sequence is probably the best sequence in the entire movie. I kind of wish they didn't show too much in the trailer, because I think it would have been even better to see it first time seeing it would have been in the theater, rather than in the trailers. There's another scene with Chris Pratt and the Wonder Wife with this feathered dinosaur in this icy area. That was really good. I also knew that there are so many dinosaurs in this movie. And I like how they brought in all different types of dinosaurs. Not from the original ones we see in the other Jurassic Park movies, but they did have a few dinosaurs that actually had feathers, which we have realized that dinosaurs actually did have feathers. They weren't like that lizardly reptilian skin that we see all the previous Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies. So I like seeing that variety here. What else? CGI. As much as I would love to see more animatronic, I think that looks, depending on how you shoot it, it gives you that more lifelike quality, like they're real. I have to say the CGI in this movie is the best CGI in any Jurassic Park film. Now, that could be because this movie was originally supposed to come out in June of 2021. In fact, back in the summer of the fall of 2020, they said they're going to push this movie back an entire year to now, to June 2022, rather than June 2021. And at that time when they said that, they were already done shooting the movie. So it was really kind of like, why are they pushing this movie almost an entire year from the original release date? And then even before the original release date, they still got like 5 or 6 months. Well, now I'm because of all the CGI on the dinosaurs. And guess what? That extra year paid off. Because that CGI looked great. What else? Cinematography. Even though this is the best cinema, like the previous Fallen Kingdom was, there's a lot of great looking shots in this movie. I really like the shot compositions, some of the lighting, the shadowing. So I would say this is probably the second best looking Jurassic Park film in the entire franchise. Hold on to your butts. We're getting into the negatives now. Alright. The negative. Oh boy. How do I say this? Like I said at the beginning of this review, they had an excellent... The groundwork was laid out at the end of Fallen Kingdom. Dinosaurs are taking over the world again. It was basically, the theme was perfect. Man tries to play God in the original Jurassic Park. Man messes with science that they don't understand. I mean, Ian Malcolm had so many scenes in the original. That whole lunch table scene about, Just because you should, you didn't stop to think if you should. You know. And I have to say to myself, how in the world do you completely screw up this plot for this movie? The script for this movie, I really want to sit down with the director, Colin Trevorrow, who did the first Jurassic World movie, which I liked. Then he was supposed to go and do the Star Wars Episode 9, The Duel of Fates. And I think a lot of people know he got fired from that, or they didn't like his script. So they went back to J.J. Abrams. Well, oh my God, we got another J.J. Abrams here. I mean, J.J. Abrams did a pretty good job with The Force Awakens, and then he skipped the second movie, came out for the third movie. Colin Trevorrow did the same thing, and oh my God, what do you do? I don't get it. You were the producer on Fallen Kingdom. You knew what the ending was going to be. And you come in and you botch it so bad with this script. The biggest problem with this movie is the script. It's with the characters. You don't know how to write the original characters. It's with the actual plot of the movie that you don't even show in the marketing. People, I gotta tell you now, the movie is about fucking locusts. Yes. It's not about dinosaurs. It's about fucking locusts. Giant bugs. And I'm like, you got the original trio going after bugs. Not dinosaurs. Bugs. As Ian Malcolm would say, are there dinosaurs on this dinosaur island? Hello? 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 The movie is called Jurassic World Dominion. You set up the last movie, dinosaurs taking over the Earth. Perfect way to end the trilogy. Perfect way to end the franchise. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs come back and rule the world, rule the Earth again. Man falls, dinosaurs take over. Man tries to play God, it fails. Man messes with science that they don't understand, it fails. Planet of the Apes with dinosaurs. How do you fuck that up? I'm going to make a whole video on what I thought Jurassic World Dominion was going to be before seeing the movie. A vision I had after I saw Fallen Kingdom. Okay? So Alan Grant, they don't know how to write it. You know, I was watching this movie going, so does Sam Neill just doing this for the paycheck? Or did they really write Alan Grant's character so bad? And the answer is, they wrote Alan Grant's character so bad. Because like I said, he's not out after dinosaurs. He's out looking at fucking locusts. And not until the third act of the movie, where he starts to talk about dinosaurs, do you go, oh, there's Alan Grant. There. Even the horrible Jurassic Park 3 was able to write Alan Grant great. That goes with Ian Malcolm. Ian Malcolm was just one-liner after one-liner after one-liner. But Matt, that was Ian Malcolm in the original. Yes and no. The dialogue for Ian Malcolm in the original was natural. It worked. Not to mention, he was still that soundboard of, once again, the lunch scene. He was the one telling, you can't do this. You're playing with fire. You're not God. You're playing God. This is going to backfire. This, that. But yeah, did we get some great lines from him? Of course we did. Of course. You know, when the T-Rex is chasing them, and they're right in the Jeep, and they're going down the road, they finally get away from the T-Rex. You know what he says? You think they'll have that on the tour? Great line. Natural. Or the scene where John Hammond's telling me, like, John, when the Pirates of the Caribbean ride breaks down, the pirates don't kill the tourists. Great line. It works. Here, it's just quip joke after quip me dialogue. Like, no, that's not Ian Malcolm. Sorry. Give me a character. I think Laura Dern's the only one that gets a good enough job. Neither no character development. At least the last two movies had character development with Bryce Dallas Howard. Too many characters. I hate it when third movies in a trilogy decide to bring in all these new characters for one last movie, along with the previous characters that we're still following. This one, you not only brought back Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and the little girl Maisie, you brought the two people from the last movie, the girl and the guy that were Claire's assistant. You have Chris Pratt's partner from the first Jurassic World, Omar Sy, return. Then you bring in new characters like, then you have the original trio return. Right there, there's a lot of characters. Then you bring in new characters, Raptor Lady, like I think you bring in DeWanda Weiss, the pilot. Who else did we have? Henry Wu, Dr. Wu, the scientist dude, who's been in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but you brought him back. And then, now this is the best one. Dodson, we got Dodson here. See? Nobody cares. Nice hat. What are you trying to be? A secret agent? Yes, we got Dodson in this movie. And guess what? Just like the line in the movie, in the original Jurassic Park, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Oh my god. A character that we haven't seen since the original, in only one scene, you bring him back. In his own corporation, Biosyn, which was a major part of the original movies, or the book, Jurassic Park and the Lost World, the books. But if you were really going to bring in this other corporation, the rival of InGen, you should have introduced them in the first Jurassic World movie. No, we're going to bring them in the third Jurassic World movie with a different actor, and most of the time people were probably going, who is that? Who is that? Dodson! We got Dodson here! Nobody cares. And guess what? The performance and the character was boring, lazy, and like I said, nobody cares. And this movie has no breathing room. A 2.5-hour movie. You have breathing room with only between the action. You go back to the original. You have the scene at the lunch table, like I said. You have the scene later on in the movie with John Hammond and Ellie Sattler talking about, what was he, about having control of it. You never had control. That was the problem. That whole dialogue. The fruit flies. Oh, can you see the fruit flies? Can you see the fruit flies? Spared no expense. Well, this movie spared no expense on the action, but they never had a moment of breathing room. Quiet time. Let's just have two characters talk. Let's have Alan Grant and Owen talk about velociraptors and their different ideologies on them. No, we don't get that. Let's have Claire and Maisie have a moment. It's almost like a mother-daughter thing. No, we're not going to get that either. We have no breathing room. Also, the worst part is, even during the action scenes, there's no suspense. There's no tension. There's no build-up. The only time we got any of that was with Bryce Dallas Howard's character. You see a little bit in the trailer where this dinosaur is like going after her and he has to go in the water and go under the water. That was the only scene in the entire 2.5-hour movie that was had a little bit of suspense. You go back to the original Jurassic Park, the T-Rex scene. You go back to the scene with Nedry, With the, Dilophosaurus. You know, where it spits the black goo. That entire scene is suspenseful. Tension. Build up. Or you get the velociraptors in the kitchen. Another. Suspenseful. Building. 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 This is none of that. None of that. How do you have a 2.5-hour movie and you have no scenes that are suspenseful or give any sort of tension? You got fucking dinosaurs going after people. Delivered on the promise of what we saw at the end of Fallen Kingdom. Dinosaurs ruling the earth. I want that movie. Now, could they still do that movie? Yeah. Because dinosaurs are still on the earth. Something's gonna go wrong at some point. Oh yes. Retconning. That's a new thing in franchises now. We're gonna retcon everything. Like they did with the Rise of Skywalker. All the stuff that you saw in The Last Jedi, that was all bullshit. We didn't really mean to do that. Same thing here. I swear to you, when Jurassic World came out, Colin Trevorrow, the director, said Jurassic World is the true sequel to Jurassic Park. The other island, what is it, Isla Sorna? Yeah, Isla Sorna from the Lost World in Jurassic Park 3 do not exist. And guess what? When you watch Jurassic World and you watch Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, they never mention the other island. In fact, you want to hear something even more stupid? If that other island existed in Fallen Kingdom, why didn't they take the dinosaurs they were trying to get off the island because of the volcano and bring them to the other island? Because apparently at that time, those movies did not exist. Well, in this one, they not only name-dropped the island, so I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Then, when we see Laura Dern and Sam Neill meet up, she's like, yeah. Sam Neill's like, how are your two kids? Which we saw in Jurassic Park 3. And how's Mark, her husband? And I'm going, time out. I thought Jurassic Park 3 isn't in this canon anymore. Oh, now it is. Okay, thank you. And it gets even better. The whole controversy of the last movie about Maisie being a clone, like, how could they ever do a clone? They cloned fucking dinosaurs. You don't think someone out there wasn't ever going to clone a human? They're cloning dinosaurs. If anything, I'm surprised there's not more clones. Human clones. Maybe Alan Grant is a clone, and we don't know it. By the way he was in this movie, I think they did clone him. With none of the characteristics of the previous Jurassic Park. So they kind of retcon, oh, she's not actually a clone. Huh? What? Because the fans didn't like that. Come on. Stop. Editing. A lot of the action scenes are so quick because the editing isn't good. It's too quickly. You don't really even get to see what's going on sometimes. I didn't like that. Pacing. 2.5 hours. You take out the locust shit, this movie would have been about a 2-hour or less movie. Yeah. So, am I disappointed? Yeah. Could this have been a great Jurassic World movie? Yeah, it should have been. Could they still make the movie that I want to see? Yeah, they could. And I'm going to get into that. I mean, they could, jump ahead 10 years and have the dinosaurs actually taking over the planet. Almost like a Planet of the Apes situation. But overall, I would give this movie probably like a 3.6 out of 5. I mean, like I said, I don't know how you botched this movie up. as much as they did. It's baffling to me. Baffling. What they did? I don't know how, but they did.